They could go pretty aggressive with their lane. They can go an aggressive tri-lane if they really wanted to with either the Magnus or the Behe with a Puppet. Puppet is incredibly strong in the tri-lane. So Complexity does have to be a little bit careful about that.
All right, so it starts with that laning phase here. We'll see how they shape up. By the way, guys, as always here in these group stages, there is another match. In fact, there's 2 other matches happening at the same time. Just so happens we got Sync versus Mystery Gang, important matchup there, and then Fresh versus 2-0 also taking place. So definitely going to keep an eye on those series there because, again, really every single series still has quite the impact here as far as these group stages are concerned. So, but this happens to be the one we're casting, and I think we definitely chose the good one here. I mean, all 3 of them, again, good series, but excited for this one especially. So here we go. Breaking off into the lanes now. Again, Fuzzy Sloth, hands on Riptide here. Riptide really has got a lot of attention lately on the competitive scene. It's become more of a powerful middle.
So it looks like they are going to tri-lane. It looks like it's going to be the Behe bot with the Aluna, and they're going to solo the Mag and the Swiftblade. It's not bad, because they do have kill potential on the Midas with the W on Puppet, so if they can actually get a kill or 2 out of this lane, it'll be worth it, but if Midas doesn't manage to die, it'll be a pretty good laning phase for the Legion team, because Bubble should beat a Swiftblade, just harassing him out, and same with Riptide and Rhapsody winning mid lane together, so it will be a 2v1 mid.
You look at Warbeast here, getting the Hellhound spawns, sending them out. Going to try to maybe make a pull happen, but Fusin, nope, never mind. He's not going to, well, they are going to collapse onto it maybe. You'll see Behemoth also over here, so if anything, going to try to block it off, but what you got is simply going to tank the creep wave here, I'm sure, and delay it at least as long as possible. Try to get that lane positioning himself, or more so for Midas down here, of course, what you got in the jungle, obviously. So a nice way to start here with that War Beast. Yeah, seeing Bubbles, though, in the hands of Formless on the short lane. As you mentioned, Rhapsody with the Riptide middle here.
Yeah, and, oh, it's going to be, okay, so it's going to be a 2v2 mid. They're going to put the Aluna with the Mag, which I do agree with, because Mag's going to need help in this lane.
Yeah, so 2 versus 2 now. That means bottom lane, Behemoth is just going to be here to support the Puppet Master. Look at Midas. He's trying to make them pay for tanking the creep wave right here. Chasing them down.
So this should guarantee Midas lane control. As long as he doesn't die here, this should guarantee him lane control, which I don't think he will. So it's a good start for him, definitely. He's going to get a lot of XP and should be able to farm relatively well.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting seeing the Midas pick. Again, they first picked that, but then giving it off to Oscar, though. Fuzzy Sloth, a fantastic Midas player. But Oscar, at the same time, you know, you can obviously take it as well, and just happen to be how it's shaped up here.
Behemoth could die here. Oh.
Was he in trouble? Wow.
Yeah.
He was in a lot of trouble.
He was tanking the creep wave. He was trying to hold lane control for his Puppet, but he was taking the whole creep wave and the Midas auto, so it was a lot of damage with the War Beast Battlecry.
Oh, there's that too, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the glowing red hands here. So, ooh, middle lane, Rhapsody overstepped a little bit there. Takes a stun. She is going to be fine, but got to be careful with that positioning. The levels start adding up. It could get deadlier and deadlier. Bottom lane, Midas, he missed it. If he hits that golden salvo, I think Behemoth is dead here.
Yeah, definitely 100%. That's a slight misplay there, because that would have won in the lane for sure, and I would have given him a really good start. So it's good for Behemoth he didn't die here, though.
Yeah, Behemoth currently out of regen, and again, needs to be pretty careful about that. He's going to go for the 2-minute rune as rid of Z. And we'll see what happens to spawn here. Yeah, the illusion rune. Maybe not the best one at this point, but yes, better than nothing. There are no bottles yet. So probably just going to pick it up here. Yep, as he does. Magnus still working towards his bottle. Riptide, I believe, already has his coming, so do the math there. Probably doing a little bit better with the creep farm. Yeah, a couple creep kills ahead. Magnus, holy crap, that damage! Do not underestimate Riptide.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the power of that hero. If you get caught in the water, it's just, it does so much damage with really any stun. You know, it doesn't have to be profit, but just shows the real damage output that hero has.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense with the profit. You throw the debilitate on top of that and the amp damage, and holy crap.
Yeah, plus the mini stuns coming out. It's a pain to deal with. And so Bubbles is doing... Yeah, it's about how it should be going. It's pretty pretty even top lane. So
14 and 2, 12 and 1 Swiftblade. Swiftblade still has the health potion regen, but out of tree eaters here, so.
well, just pull himself some more trees.
Never mind. Does
right as you said it.
Yep.
Good time.
Perfect. By Maki there. We think alike. Great players think alike. All right. So again, the middle though, Riptide, especially with the pressures we saw there, he's definitely winning this middle lane currently. The only jungler in the game technically is the Warbeast. As top lane, down goes Swiftblade. Bubbles manages to take him out. Did you catch that from the beginning?
Yeah. So he kind of just harassed him out with the Shell Surf, and I don't think that the Swiftblade expected him not to go take cover at level 4. So he wasn't expecting the level 2 Song of the Sea, which I think is a full second silence, yeah. So he couldn't spin.
Wow.
And yeah, just ended up falling.
I don't know, man. I mean, on paper, I don't see why Bubbles would get taken over.
He didn't have a, he should have went W. It was the right decision. So I don't, I think maybe just maybe underestimated the damage that Bubbles actually does. But
yeah. Yeah, whatever it was, something caught him off guard because it really doesn't feel like he wasn't even close to killing Bubbles either. So
no, it wasn't anywhere near anything. So
well played by Bubbles though. Get in the Bloodlust. Big start there for Complexity. Warbeast. Obviously, again, the Glowing Red Hands constantly having to be worried of that too. You see, he sends one of the Hellhounds out here just in case. And Swiftblade was could possibly look to come over. So good idea from what you got there. Middle lane though, Magnus. Yep, it is going to be a kill. Fuzzy Sloth gets credit. The Watery Grave in the water. How long of a silence is it? Is it 3 seconds?
3 seconds, level 2.
In the water. Wow. And level 2. Top lane, Swiftblade again going to fall. Formless doing work here. And Complexity. And just what seems like the blink of an eye all of a sudden has a huge lead here in game 1.
Yeah, they're having exactly, they're using the power of Warbeast. That battle cry early game is so strong. It always helps all of your lanes basically win. So it's even giving, letting Midas have a good time bottom.
Oof.
It's really close, yeah.
Gets away right there. Close indeed. Baltazar, I want to say Shining Star at least, but not so much. He's only 253 coal per minute. The early creep pull, the lane positioning, Midas being able to play a little bit aggressive here, I guess. I mean, for whatever the reason the excuses are, Puppet Master is not really doing the best in farm. And back to the middle again, Magnus is going to end up falling. You do see Swiftblade is here with Behemoth. The whole party's here. They're going to get a counter kill, at least on the Fuzzy Sloth and probably Rhapsody. Yep, Pretzel so slashes. He hit level 6 with the Riptide kill, and that lined up perfectly for Maki. Talk about them needing that big time there.
Yeah, that was something. That was a really good rotation by Swiftblade. He's having trouble top anyways, so it's definitely good he went mid. And, they needed a couple of heroes to make that kill happen, or both those kills happen, and it was good.
Does mean Bubbles is continuing to kind of free farm the top lane, and not often we work with a short lane free farming Bubble. So Warbeast, okay, he is going to ultimate to be fine, but trying to get that 6-minute rune there. End up being a refreshment rune, bottom rune. Who was it picked up by? Behemoth, yeah, haste rune. But it seems like Midas is playing a little too defensive for any kind of kill to happen. He's going to check the rune himself and realize it's missing. So, not sure what rune it is, but let them know that it could be something.
Yeah, definitely. Well, they kind of need to do something with his puppet. They need to not let him be vulnerable to any ganks, especially a Riptide ultis. So, they might need to try to get a deep lane ward over there so they can see Riptide going through the trees.
Yeah. With the Mario Party there that he has here, being level 6. He has those Ghost Marchers with the bottle and something else. No, that was Rhapsody's courier, so. But obviously, good start there. Meanwhile, top lane, Swiftblade, he actually did get the spin off before the Song of the Sea here. And that's going to be the difference maker, or will it be? Oh, Kelfield comes out. He missed a Shell Surf, though, but it still doesn't matter. Both the Song of the Sea and Shell Surf missed in damage, yet he still gets the kill.
Jeez.
That's big.
That's not what you want in your Swiftblade. He just to get the double tap mid and then having him just go back top and die. They might want to maybe start stacking the jungle for him or do something, but it looks like Magnus and Luna are farming the jungle together. Just slightly interesting.
Yeah. Kind of, maybe they just feel like, they're in that spot here where just taking what they can get, and this is what that is. Boxy wanted to get that portal key, and is he going to die here? Don't die, Boxy. Okay.
Hopefully not.
Got really low.
That helps the cause.
Uh-oh. Wow, Midas was just happening to be coming in. That could have been devastating if he got there a couple seconds earlier even, so. Does get there a little bit late, though, and in the end, Moxie is going to be able to get back to base, buys a blood chalice here. Going to help with the mana situation just a little bit. Fuzzy Sloth, where's he going? Regen Rune bottom. See if
Might
we can
try to
make some
head
use
bottom.
of that.
Might give it to Midas or something. Oh, I guess. Oh, it was regen. I thought it was Invis.
No.
I saw regen and then thought it was Invis, so that's always good.
Yeah, that's something, actually. Speaking of Invis, I mean, Riptide, again, as a spectator, I almost have to remind myself that's right. I mean, he's constantly Invis here with the water. So as a spectator, obviously we can't really tell that as well, but as a player, you're constantly missing Riptide on the map.
Oh, well, he's gone, guys. We have to be careful, you know.
Yeah.
And especially with that ulti now, he can be anywhere on the map, and you have to be super careful about that.
Meanwhile, Bubbles and Warby's doing work top lane. So, yeah, what should we expect out of Formless here on Bubbles? I mean, getting free farm as a short lane Bubbles. Is this going to be still kind of a traditional, just a little faster build?
Yeah, I'm expecting him to just right-click a portal key right now and just start going everywhere and start making plays for his whole team, create space for his Riptide, who's kind of like their semi-carry. And he can even give up the lane to Warbeast at this point and just let Warbeast farm it. So we'll have to see. I think he's just going to roam mid, though. I think it's the right call.
Yeah.
Start getting ganks off as many as you can.
Look at this. Speaking of ganks, uh-oh, Behemoth sees them now. So the Hellborn team moving as a team. They're going to actually clear a couple stacks here, so they get something out of this. Now, again, they were seen, but the Legion side's not ready to fight. I mean, they want to get their portal keys, especially Behemoth. Magma's still well off of that, so they are not in any mood or mode to fight right here. In fact, you see Riptide already has a Mighty Blade now, so he's tanked up quite a bit. What?
Well, Make is dead again.
Okay.
But the accidental macro comes out.
No, it's distraction, man. I missed that kill because of it.
I need a translation of that.
Yeah, I don't know if I want one. Dangerous.
Especially from Balthazar, who knows?
Yeah, interesting guy. Speaking of him, he is going for a Whispering Helmet, looks like. Has the Helm of the Victim. But, again, that means that's more the idea that you want to be somewhat more passive here and keep farming. And I don't know if that's actually going to be the best choice, honestly.
Yeah, it's not this game. He needs rushing a Shroud would have been way more effective. They can make a lot of plays with him having a Shroud. Oh.
Meanwhile, Magmus, he will go down, at least gets the turn kill, and he does have Swift Slashes, take cover. Will cancel it, though. Double damage Bubbles, looking to turn. 5 seconds on the Shell Surf. Not going to chase it, though. Meanwhile, over here, Riptide, that's why. He's like, Riptide, go get your food.
Well, he didn't see the B. They didn't see the Behe, though.
Oh.
He did go right by it. Oh.
Oh, no. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, both teams were in an interesting spot there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when Riptide went by Behemoth there, he would have saw him. He was, I think Behemoth was just on the edge of the water. I think you can see as long as they're like somewhat in the water. So maybe if they just both weren't watching and just didn't happen to notice. But
Meanwhile, Magmus, nope, he's going to be fine. Just to get some harassment there from Riptide running on by. But, yeah, top lane, so killing Warbeast at least, slowing down. He's still 350 gold per minute. Bottom tower going to be denied here as Oscar takes care of that. So, but yeah, going back to Balthazar again, the GPM even still not really that great. I mean, 326 is solid, but it's just still not good in the end, especially with what they need more so here on the Legion side.
You're looking at Formless, who's 500 GPM pretty much off kills, and even Riptide's having a really good time at 425, and Warbeast is just going to keep going up. So, oh, Riptide mid. Oh, he's fine.
Nah, he's fine.
Yeah, they just kind of. This Bubbles, he just start roaming now. Needs to give up the lanes to other heroes. Let him start roaming. Get as many kills as he can. It looks to me like he's going to start working for a Hellflower, which is definitely the right call.
Yeah. Gives him more of that right-click threat, but also a great lockdown tool, of course. Swift Blade. Could feel it here. Yep, Song of the Sea, Shell Surf Cupfield? No.
Didn't feel like he had the damage if he got spin off, so.
Yeah, I guess not. Meanwhile, nope, Ancients. Never mind.
But now this Make does have to be careful here, because now Formless can kill him. Just a matter of if he wants to or not. Yeah, Formless is going to try right here. Ooh.
Maybe.
Well, he popped his haste.
Yeah, you can portal key in and silence would be the idea here, but...
Yeah, He's probably just playing safe. He's assuming if he's sitting that far back, you know, there's got to be someone there.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to TP out. Well, he timed this perfectly. Oh, God, that could have been huge if he caught her after the spin, but he does TP out. Is going to be fine.
He is going for an Energizer, too, which is the right call. He needs to get some sort of item, and he's not going to be able to get an Abyssal. And it's just Abyssal really doesn't offer much to his team. I mean, they're playing against almost a full Magic team other than the War Beast, so it's just he needed an item, and Energizer is a good choice.
Yeah. I was going to say, the interesting thing about him teleporting back right there is the tower was pretty low. It's the bubble's going to easily push it, I feel like. But, again, it does seem like Formless, he's uncertain. It's understandable. The map is kind of dark right now for them, I guess, other than this war decided here in the jungle, which is about to despawn. But he probably does feel like there's at least one, if not a couple more here. So he's not going to risk it, playing it safe. Yeah,
it's just the way Make's playing is he's playing like someone's behind him, which is it's making Formless hesitate jumping on him, so it's definitely well played by him.
Bubbles goes and picks up one of the Arcanas now, so the Hellfire pretty much absolute going to be happening here. Meanwhile, also around 450 gold per minute is that Riptide, and man, 2,500 gold saved up, so he's going to be right-clicking that Shrunken Head here pretty shortly, as he is going to be stunned, though, so here we go. TP's coming in. He is going to go down pretty quickly in the end. The TPs, can they do any work with this? It looks like at least get Magnus is the answer. So it will be a 1-for-1 right there. And it does slow down Riptide from getting his Shrunken Head here.
Yeah, it's also a good kill in the same regard of that it slows Magnus from getting his portal key. So
True.
They kind of just traded the core items on the heroes for, slowed them down a little bit on both teams.
Yeah. Well played there. Behemoth, speaking of portal keys, he's farming the bottom lane currently, trying to get that 1,300 plus gold saved up for him. Being played by Root of Z right here, but here comes Midas, and Rhapsody is going to also counter ward in the meantime. Middle lane also being pressured. Warbeast and Bubbles taking care of that, and down goes the middle tower. Of course, Warbeast is working on that Shrunken Head as well. We talked about the Abyssal Skull already, of course. And like I said, probably going to build more of that carry threat here, something like the Soul's Bulwark, Brutalizer, things like that here.
Yeah, now looking at this, looking at this now, I expect the Complexity want to take this early, but they have such a lead on this Bubbles that he's actually going to be a carry threat. So now they can kind of go, okay, well, we can wait for big items now and, then go fight. So the Shrunken Head on Riptide, the Shrunken Head on Warbeast, get the big items and try to force the team fight. And Love's doing what he's famous for, walking into 5 heroes.
It was interesting. I mean, he was trying to escape, and it was obviously a pretty good fissure block there from Root of Z. Happened to cut him off. He's like, oh, well, this is where I die.
Yeah, so. I tell him that all the time. I say, every time I happen to watch you on Honcast, you always seem to die to 5 heroes sometime during any game.
Yeah.
So
hey,
I got to make sure he knows.
It's taking 5 heroes. Might as well, right? It's not
he
too
is
shabby there.
Creating space.
Yeah.
Space created.
That's a good way to look at it. So, but meanwhile, Shrunken Head is finished on Riptide. He got the portal key out, of course, of Midas, and again, Arcanus on Bubbles. Oh, he missed the deny there, actually.
Yeah, he didn't quite get there in time, so. Nice for BMG to get that tower kill. They really needed that.
Yeah. If you look at Puppet Master, we were talking about him going the Whispering Helm, very passive idea of trying to just wanting to farm some more. What was actually looking to be somewhat of a very aggressive game here, but he has actually managed to now find some farm. As I say this, Make will get picked off top lane. But Puppet is going to have the Shroud now, pretty shortly here.
Yeah, in this regard, he hasn't died, and he did get an assist on that one kill, so going to Whispering Helm was pretty beneficial. Helped him farm a lot faster. And
Magnus. That was risky. And actually, it still might backfire for him. Yep, he's definitely dead right here. Gets caught eventually, but the counter shockwave coming out. Predictability will help save Riptide. He also pops a Shrunken Head, looking to turn it on to Behemoth now, with Bubbles even jumping in. But the ulti from Puppet Master catching Formless right there gets him killed. Down goes Rhapsody, and Warbeast is going to go down right here as well due to the Swift Slashes. A double tap for Maki to finish it. He did buy back there, but talk about worth it indeed. What a turn there for Bad Monkey Gaming.
Yeah, that was really well played by BMG there. Rhapsody got a big ulti off, but when you're getting caught like that with a big Behe ulti, I think it was on a bunch of creeps, it's very hard to survive that even with the Rhapsody ulti. And he might have almost preemptively used it. He used it really on nothing. It was after they used all their spells. So If it was a little bit sooner, it might have been a lot better, but, you know. At least Warbeast did live, and that was their carry.
Yeah. They did dive pretty far for that, too, and I gotta say, it's actually, oh, top lane, Puppet Master, wow, he just melted right there. He was really far ahead of his teammates. I'm not sure what that was about there. That's a free kill, though, for Complexity. They'll gladly take it.
Yeah, definitely. And they are getting close to the Hellfire on Bubbles, and that's going to help set up a lot more plays on the Swiftblade and even the Puppet not being able to shroud out.
Yeah. Yeah, Hellfire going to be huge here. I was going to say about Bubbles on the last fight. You know, he really kind of got comfortable getting next to the Magnus, you know, up in that fight right there. And as soon as he poured it in with a Shell Surf, I think the Voodoo Puppet came out on him, and he just melted to it. So
yeah, he got a little bit overconfident, and you know, when you're in that position as a Bubbles, you want to be as far back as you can, just getting in the autos you can. And when you're on top of your team, that's just not where you want to be.
So Midas falling back before anything crazy happens up here. He has another 1,800 gold, though, so I know post-haste tends to be pretty popular on Midas, actually. Especially in a case like this, we're already with the portal keys, so I wonder if Oscars likes that idea or not.
This could be a Kongor attempt. Yeah.
There we go. Double damage, I hear? Yeah, Bubbles has it.
Yeah, and Legion has no idea that Ward didn't see Formless walk by. He came from the Ancients, so this should be a relatively free Kongor without any... Oh, as I say that, they read through.
That'll happen. So, suspecting it at least, and now they have confirmation, but don't think that's going to matter in the end. Just let them know that, oh, we'll see that message pop up soon. And there we go.
And they gave the token to Bubbles. Oh, and they're going to jump the Illuna.
They're going to go really balls out right here onto Illuna, get her killed at least. The rest, though, not so easy. They just kind of stalls the further commitment. Have to settle for grouping up in the middle lane. But yeah, token onto Bubbles. What do you think about that? Is that the best choice here?
Yeah, I think because they are running it as their actual safe lane carry, it's okay. I would have liked to see Warbeast probably pick it up, or even Riptide, but it's not bad to give it to Bubbles. I do think giving it to Warbeast might have been a little bit better, or Riptide, but it's definitely not bad on Bubbles. It's a good hero to have it on.
Oh.
I don't know if they know Balthazar's here.
I think they
suspect. Now they do.
Now they definitely do. Oh, no. Staccato? Oh, he stops him. This is huge. If they can actually get the kill, 2 more seconds on the Assassin trying to go for the turn go, but the Protective Melody will cancel any chance of it. Well played. However, Puppet Master does buy the time to try to get away. The Rev Ward spotted him for a second, but he is going to be too far in the end. Meanwhile, Boxy does go down top lane. As, oh, Love is actually going to be turned, but no, they take him out right here. Going to get the token used, actually, and now Bubbles has to Shell Surf away, so it ends up being a kill and the token used for BMG down here.
Yeah, that was a good... I'm glad Root of Z walked over there. That was really well played, you know. Now they got rid of the token, and that's the whole threat gone, and they got a kill out of it, so... Flex needs to be a little bit more careful about Toon. They spent a lot of time trying to kill that puppet, and they need to be... They just can't do that. If they don't get it quick, they need to get out.
Yeah, know that backup's coming pretty quickly at the same time, so... It did right there, and getting essentially 2 kills with a token kill out of it, so worth it indeed for the Legion side. And that started with a very interesting Puppet Master play. I mean, I believe that was even a misclick of sorts. He accidentally auto-attacked me, didn't mean to.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
He almost paid the price for it. But hey, it worked out for them. Like I did say, though, Magnus got picked up top lane. Meanwhile, and Hellflower, though, it's got to be close. Yeah, it is going to be finished here.
Yeah. And Midas just bought an Acolyte staff, so he's working on his sheep stick now, too.
Oh, wow,
and
yeah.
He's already in a pretty good position to get it by, at least 30 minutes with the way he's been pushing. So this is kind of Complexity's peak right now. They kind of need to go make a play like they're doing right now. Need to get this bottom tier 1 tower and then probably get tier 2 and then try to get mid. They need to get all these outer towers down as fast as they can. Because they do still have the War Beast, but they are still going against a Puppet Swiftblade, so...
Yeah. There goes that bottom tower, so 22 minutes into the game right now. 8,500 gold lead, 5,000 experience lead here for this Hellborn side. Riptide does continue to be on top of GPM, actually. 476 gold per minute here. But Fuzzy Sloth picking up his Sanitarius here. Want to see the impact continue that he continues to have, definitely. Soul's Bulwark, meanwhile, picked up by Warbeast. So, again, really as expected here.
Yeah, and Demonic's going to do a lot for his team. A lot of his team relies on the attack speed and Riptide, Warbeast, and Bubbles, so it's obviously a good pick. And just the extra, the armor reduction, the armor is always nice. And Aluna is a little bit too far out here. Oh, okay. I mean, he placed that ward down. I mean, they saw what would be pretty far behind them. I don't know if they saw the Aluna, though. Maybe they didn't.
Oh. Fusen trying to counter ward. He suspected something, but just out of range of where Love had placed a ward aside. So that's good for complexity. They got a pretty good ward here that gets them to fall back here ultimately, and for good reason. They knew that the numbers were there for BMG, so not going to risk it. Maybe play the safe game until the next Congo appears. Is very possible here.
Curious to see what Bubbles actually goes for next. There's a couple ways he can build it, but I'd like to see him get some sort of, an HP item, either go a Shrunken or something that will stop him from dying. 900 HP on your short lane carry, quote unquote, is not what you want. You want him to be able to live at least some sort of early burst. So hopefully maybe he goes for BKB or something that just keeps him alive.
Yeah. Actually, top lane, he might be hoping he had something like that because he's in trouble. Eruption being channeled. There's the jump. An easy kill onto Formless there. Right as you're talking about it.
Yeah, there's that 900 HP coming into effect.
Yeah. In that case, even if he had investment or something like that, probably still dead, but the point still stands.
Yeah, needs some sort of HP-ish item. But the War Beast is taking over as the top farmer in the game, and that's good for complexity.
Yeah, again, that is the hero that they are, once again, kind of relying on to be the carry, and seems like that's coming along pretty nicely here. Again, let's talk about Fuzzy Sloth, though, and for Riptide, he really is that snowbally, the momentum cause hero, like a Pebbles, a Deadwood, whatever you want to say. And I mean, he is 2, 2, and 4, but it does kind of feel like that it really hasn't been a huge impact, especially for the start that he had here. And then he's continued to have. I mean, he's farming still, but it's not as strong as it was, 5-10 minutes ago even.
Yeah, like I said, I think the early game he should have probably tried to kill the Pup Master bottom, abusing the ulti, because you can just go straight through trees and they really can't see you. So I think they need to be a little bit more active with the hero, and they just chose not to be.
Top lane, ward of sight placed by Love, and then falls back, so managed to get that one off safely. Ooh, Mighty Blade on Warbeast. Is this a Brutalizer now, probably?
Yeah, I would assume that's what he's going for. Not looking to finish the Demonic quite yet, and Brutalizer will definitely be good if he can sit on the Puppet Master.
Bound Eye could be a pretty good item to have here. Nothing like that just yet. They got dust on several different heroes, at least, but of course, Bound Eye good for the map control.
Yeah, Bound Eye will definitely be some sort in the game. They need to get a Bound Eye. It's going to be good for the Magnus and the Puppet, and yeah, I assume they will get it soon. It'll probably just be when Love gets the gold, or if they decide they need it earlier than that. Oh, there's the Riptide ulti.
Is he coming? Yeah, he's trying, man. But you do look at the minimap here. Look at all the wards, the vision of the Legion side, the Rev wards all throughout the jungle. A couple of ward sides thrown in there. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, they're keeping vision of their jungle. They know they can get taken over pretty easily, so trying to rev as much as they can. And I think they might have saw Warbeast come down here originally with that ward of sight that Fusen put at the bottom river.
Yeah, so not going to fall for anything down here.
Midas, I think he's just the orb away from his sheep stick. I think he bought the mana tube.
It wasn't the mana tube? Okay. Just needs Blessed Orb then. Well, he's just about there then. 1,000 gold or so saved up.
Ooh. Okay, so Switchblade is going the normal carry items now. Went the Abyssal into a Frostburn. And Puppet did finish his Shrunken, so they have some big items here that'll help them for this fight, especially with having a Behemoth and a Magnus.
So yeah, the tell of both teams pretty content on grinding this one out a little bit longer at least. Relying on their team's carries. I mean, again, we're still not necessarily really deep into this game. It's only 27.5 minutes, so kind of say that we're in that mid-game stage now safely. But I think definitely the next Congour is going to be that key. I mean, the Brutalizer here for Warbeast now finished. That Sheep Stick we were mentioning is very close for Midas. And it looks like Bubbles is working on a Shrunken Head himself here, too.
And it looks like Riptide's going to go for a Brutalizer himself. So they're going to have a lot of big items come out at relatively around the same time. So they need to look to fight as soon as they get those items. Because they do have a pretty big gold lead. I don't know if they believe they have a big enough gold, or as big as a gold lead as they for them. Like, I don't know if they can tell that the gold lead's as big because you know, towers are relatively even, kills are relatively even. So
yeah, no, I believe that. I mean, they've had a pretty good lead for all throughout, but yeah, it does feel like that. We have to, as spectators, look at that. It's like, oh, that's right, that is a 10,000 goalie that they have. But if those numbers weren't there, I would believe that this is actually a really, really close game, honestly. So
yeah, so they're a little threatened by it. They're like, okay, well, Puppet now is the Shrunken. They don't really know what Swiftblade ended up buying, but you know, it is the Frostburn, and you know, Magnus has got an orb himself. So I don't know if he's bought anything else. I think he's had that orb for a little while. So if not, then you know, he'll be working on his sheepstick soon as well.
Midas, there we go. Gonna get his Blessed Orb here, and I mean, sheepstick gonna be coming for him. So Midas is that. Mentioned Brutalizer on Riptide just about here. Kongor, keep checking that. Probably another minute or so before he's gonna be coming back up. Bubbles did die shortly after he got it, so understandable. It's taking a little bit longer for him to resurrect here. Broadsword on Swiftblade. I have to guess Assassin Shroud here.
He is keeping the normal Swiftblade build. He's not going anything out of the ordinary. So definitely a good pick. The problem is now it's just more of a reason to warrant them getting a bound eye. So in a couple ways, it's a great item on Swiftblade, but it also really warrants them to get an eye sooner rather than later.
Midas keeping the lanes pushed up here before falling back. Kongor is up now. Complexity is somewhat moving over here, but so is the Legion team.
BMG does have one ward on it, and that'll help them a lot to know when they do go into the pit. And yeah, Brutalizer was finished on Riptide as well.
Yep.
So there's the core items coming in. Double Brutalizer with a Sheepstick on Midas.
They don't have the Shrunken Head yet on Bubbles. He's about 1,000 gold shy of that. So he's still somewhat squishy here.
He just needs to stay as far back as he can, just avoid getting instant